So pick that up, and I'll spend some time looking at these guys' player cards. Of course, KoreanArmy is a very well-known player from Company of Heroes 1. He was involved in quite a few Sunday Night Fights events, and he got really deep in many tournaments. I'm not sure if he ever actually won a tournament, but he got extremely deep, and he hasn't had quite as much success in Company of Heroes 2. So let me just prepare my scoreboard. You can have a look at KoreanArmy's player card. He plays every game mode and every faction.
It's a good sign.
Let me just check. Okay, KoreanArmy will be playing Axis, and CaptainObvious will be playing the Allies. So how much time do you have with us today, Peter?
That's hard to say. Probably might have a game or two left.
All right, cool. Well, let me know when you've got this one loaded up. We can pause it about 5 seconds.
Yep, it's just loading right now.
All right, I better load mine as well. So how does Relic in regards to streaming? You guys are doing these streams every time you make a patch, and I noticed your stream tech is getting more and more professional each time. Do you have someone that's devoted to that, or artists that are hooking you up with overlays and so forth?
Yeah, it's a combination. I think we got one of our balance designers kind of took up that role of leading the marketing edge, so he's kind of got up to date on all that tech, and then just kind of getting some help from some of the artists on the team and so forth, getting those overlays set up. And yeah, it's kind of a team effort, but I'd say largely Brad Chan and a couple others, and Jeffrey Noun, as you guys know him, have been pretty vital in getting those things set up and organized. So I really enjoyed it doing the last cast. It was much smoother, minus my microphone maybe being a bit too low.
Yeah, I mean, it looked wonderful. I loved your dual webcam action. I want to get that going on our streams as well. But as you mentioned, you're at home and don't have a webcam at home. So maybe we can try to do that next time you're at work if we do this again. Or let's see. Let's go to...
Yeah, I mean, I might have a webcam. It's just, you know...
I see. Say no more.
I got my... You know what I'm saying? I got my sleepy hair on, and my house is a mess. And
yeah, it's early on the West Coast. Let's go to 10 seconds.
All right, 10 seconds? Okay. All right, I'm at 10 seconds.
Okay, let me just...
So CaptainObvious, I could say that in KoreanArmy. Okay,
yep.
Both easy names to say, I like it.
So here's CaptainObvious's player card, and he's going to be the Soviets, and he's ranked 28th as Soviets. So that's really good. Top 30 Soviet player. KoreanArmy is ranked 1,713 as Axis 1v1. He's 8-2. So he's dabbled in each mode, but he really hasn't played a lot of games. So I guess that CaptainObvious would be the favor here, even though KoreanArmy is so well known. He hasn't had as much success in Code 2. All right, you ready to unpause?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, we're at 10 seconds. I'm going to unpause in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And actually pause at 20, please, real quick. I got to throw up my overlay.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
You know, I'm on my own here, man.
I know.
Solo. All right. Maybe it even worked.
I got you.
I'm getting confused. All right. Sorry. Again, from 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. I'm actually going to go get a drink. So if you could take the mic for the next minute or two, I would appreciate it.
All right, I'll take the mic. So it looks like we got Tech Brian. opening on both of them. Let's see what he goes for, an MG or another Gren.
We have a fresh Grenadier squad.
I know a lot of people have been feeling the hurt on those MG changes, in some senses that maybe the MG42 just doesn't suppress fast enough. I don't know. We're going to see. He's just building one, so we'll see how it goes this game. Hopefully get a better idea of how it performs now in the new meta. So one thing I always try to do as a German player early on is I actually evaluate munitions higher than fuel, just because in terms of early game unit tech, I find fuel or munitions gives you more value. You get your LMGs, you get your Shreks, you get your 222 up guns. So in that sense, it kind of is, there's almost like horizontal tech as well as vertical tech for the Germans. Soviets have less of that, and I think that also often leads to a lot of their kind of their scaling potential or lack thereof in terms of the Soviets. Germans have a lot of scaling potential in a lot of their units, which is why munitions has so much value. So he says rally point up on that center point. That's usually a good idea. I always try and set my rally point up ahead just in case I forget a unit behind into my base. You don't want something idling when it could be in battle. And that extra 5 or 10 seconds it takes to get to that forward position could be vital. Reverse of that is you could forget about the unit and lose it during some other battle. So I gotta be mindful of that.
We claimed it for the fatherland. Grenadiers reporting objective captured.
Alright, so here we got an unsupported MG42. I think he's going to lose this position. 2 conscripts, perfect position to counter it. I don't think this is going to work out for him. I think he knows it.
We're being flanked.
So, all right, I'm back. Peter, can you detail for us, sort of in layman's terms, the changes to MG42s and why conscripts have a better chance at pulling off successful flanks in this patch?
Okay, so the biggest changes are, the most ones you're going to feel the most are going to be the received damage. They're just going to, it's significantly reduce the accuracy, or sorry, the durability of the squads. And I mean, the big thing that we're seeing, I mean, a lot of videos on the forums, people being able to kind of dance with their conscript squad on MG42. We didn't like that. That was bad. It showed that flanking just wasn't valuable. The next change you're going to see is a traverse, and that's how fast a weapon can go left to right. Obviously, lowering that number makes it take longer for it to get from one side of its arc to another, and that's just encouraging 2-unit flanks. So if you flank on one side, pull MG42 to fire at you, you can then flank on the other side without getting that other squad suppressed. Previously, the traverse is so fast, it could keep multiple squads pinned at one time. And the third change is the suppression, and that's probably one that we've seen the most kind of feedback on. Obviously, the suppression was lowered. The rate of fire is modified as well. And in layman terms, it just means that it's going to suppress slower. It might have suppressed or pinned the squad in 10 seconds, now it's going to take 15. Same thing with suppression. Suppression might have taken 5, now it's going to take 8. So that said, you know, we're still looking at it. We're going to see if it feels good. We don't know if we necessarily like the gameplay of MG42s or units being able to charge the front of MG42. So we might be trying to remedy that type of behavior in a future patch.
I really like the change to traverse because, yeah, I mean, it's got a really wide firing cone. So a squad approaching from the left and then a squad approaching from the right, you'd think you would have some success with that maneuver. But previously, the MG would just swap from one to the next and suppress them both so quickly, you felt you were robbed of your sort of like intelligent attack paths. So I think the transverse change is really wonderful.
Yeah, and we didn't want to, I mean, the alternative, other suggestion is actually reduce its arc. And I think that really starts to take away from the asymmetry between the Soviets and the Germans, and that's something that we want to avoid. Yeah. So I think that's why the weapon traverse is really smart in that sense, because it still maintains some value in the arc, but it also adds a negative element. Having a larger arc means that you can actually pull the weapon further to one side, meaning that you can actually flank it more easily.
Wait, what? Having a larger arc can be easier? Oh, I see. You can actually draw the fire.
Right.
You mean within the arc, you can draw the fire left and right better. Okay, I get it. That's interesting.
But yeah, you can punish them more, right? So.
Yeah. Now.
So he actually has KoreanArmy actually has a lot of MG42s. I don't know if but he's not using them the way he should. So you don't want to have an MG42 by itself. Put 1 or 2 Grand Squads ahead of it and use those guys to kind of push up together. Use it as an assault MG, not as something that you kind of lay down and just cut off a whole portion of the map. I mean, it can still do that to some sense if you put it in a building, but not the same way it used to.
Boom! 3 Pioneers killed by a beautifully placed mine down by that very close and protected strap point. What's the other question I was going to ask about the MG? I had a great question. Give me a second, I'll think of it. Yes.
Right.
How does the MG decide which targets to select? When it has multiple possible targets, how does it sort of go between them?
So we have a target priority system, and there's a lot of different values in there. There's threat, so how strong something else would be, and that's based on its weapon penetration versus your armor. There's distance, that's the biggest factor here, how far that threat is from you. So if it's at max range, it's less threatening than if it's close up. There's also suggested targets, and that's based on user input. If you right-click on something, that's going to add a lot of priority to that. But I'd say for kind of simplicity's sake, let's say you got an MG42 set up. The reason why it will go and target the squad that's moving forward because its distance is closer. So it's viewed as a more threatening unit. And the target priority always wants to give the most value to the most threatening unit.
I see. This half-track is in a bit of trouble. He's trying to escape.
Yeah, he should be fine. That said, I mean, you're going to see in our next patch, you're going to see some improvements to the weapon priority system. It's going to be a little more intuitive, and it's probably going to reward, be more noob-friendly, but also more friendly to experienced players as well.
All right, I'm getting some feedback from the chat, Peter. If we could pause again at 8 minutes, I would like to just quickly adjust the audio. So please pause with me at 8 minutes.
All right.
These PZGs are coming out. He's trying to hold his cutoff point. All right, we're paused, and I just need to adjust the audio. Take me a second. Okay, so I'm at 8:02. I'm going to count us in. Are you with me?
All right.
All right.
Yep.
8:02. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unpause. 8:03. 8:04. 05. 06. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Everybody wants to hear every word out of your mouth, so I had to turn down my in-game sounds a bit so that we're a bit clearer.
All right. Yeah, so just kind of to kind of rephrase, I think this KoreanArmy guy, he's not using MG42s properly, and I think that the CaptainObvious is definitely starting to take advantage of this. Look, the map controls quite drastically in his favor.
Let's see what kind of tech we have from CaptainObvious. He's putting up his Tankovy Battalion Command. Let me just hop over to follow him to check out his army. All he's got is 4 conscripts and an engineer. With the way he's been fighting, it seems like he's got more than that. But that's just good unit usage.
Yeah, he's in a really good position right now. Exactly what I would have done. If you start seeing Panzer Grenadiers on the field, go tier 3, because even if they got Shreks on there, the T-34 with Crush really is going to punish that build. And I've seen that part of the meta, like over the last couple of weeks, has been a heavy Grenadier Shrek usage. So T-34s I found to be an amazing counter.
You're really making me want to build tier 3, get some T-34s, and crush some German infantry. It's just so much fun.
All I do. Eagleheart always complains, and if he's watching this, I know he's laughing right now, saying this guy. But that's you gotta play within the system, right? And crushing is an element of Company of Heroes.
Crushing's awesome. It's gruesome and dramatic. It's just it causes for good moments. It was always great when an M10 would manage to squash up a Grenadier squad in the original Company of Heroes. So I'm glad that it's still in the game.
Oh yeah, M10s, man. Those things were just like, well, I don't even know what to describe them. They were good.
So you removed Crush from the T-70 though in this last patch.
Yeah. It was just given its price point and its speed, it was just it was a little bit extreme on that end.
Okay, one conscript was burned to a crisp, got in way too deep and got killed by that flame half-track. Second conscript squad is double vet and has garrisoned this house. Whoa! What caused that big hole in the side? Was that a grenadier nade? I missed it.
Yeah, probably. You know, it's one thing I haven't seen as much of is the 251 flamethrower. That thing is still super devastating, and in my mind, is one of the strongest early mid-game units right now in COH2.
Well, our number 1 seed in this tournament, Condemnation Wings, used that unit to almost exclusively take down his Russian opponent in a round 2 game that I saw on a stream by a guy called Centurion, a Russian player. So players are using it. T-34 is on the field.
Yeah, see, this is it's a bad move on Korean. KoreanArmy should have had a mine down or an AT gun in anticipation of that early armor. You know, I haven't seen any M3s on this guy's side. I haven't seen any Molotov. Well, has he been using Molotov? I haven't seen any Molotov. I think. If I don't see any of those things, I saw AT grenades. I know he's gonna have a high fuel income, and usually it's gonna be an indication that he's gonna rush an early game armor, T70 or T34.
KoreanArmy has a pack, but it's just coming onto the field now, so it's going to be a while before he gets to the center to join the fray.
Yeah.
And
one pack's not going to deal with the T-34.
The T-34 is currently having his way with the units in the center. He would love to kill that half-track. Here he comes. He's going to go in.
Although, AP rounds right now could put some hurt on.
From the machine guns.
Yeah, a little bit. They're going to do a little bit of damage, you know.
Wow, that's cheap. It's only 15 ammo. I would spam that.
Yeah.
That's super cheap. I didn't realize.
Territory taken. Push on.
So the map control is actually it's split even right now, 100%. So it'll be interesting to see how this game develop.
This aggression
strategically.
Whoa. What a 1-2 punch from an 18-8, and the T-34 just takes that half-track from full health to no health.
Yeah. I think strategically right now, I would put my money on KoreanArmy because just as Germans, he has that flexibility right now to kind of bring out a Stug or bring out a Panther to really hard counter these T-34s.
Man, crazy violence. CaptainObvious just lost another full conscript squad.
In the top?
Right in the middle by the T-34. Here's a question. In Co-1, we had blind spots, particularly on Semoskiy, very important blind spots. We had one here by this building, by this cutoff point, and we also had a big blind spot at the corner of the church. And yeah, I know you can't see what I'm talking about, but just in general, in Co-2, we don't have blind spots in buildings, do we?
No, most buildings don't have blind spots. That was just kind of an intentional design. We can add them. I think it's just at this point that no one's kind of, you know, most buildings don't, so they have to take very special buildings to do that.
The one that I was referring to that had the very important southern-facing blind spot just went down. And an MG is being remanned there behind the tree. Got action up by the northern
nice
fuel. Kills a few conscripts.
So what tech is this guy going? What's KoreanArmy doing? Looks like he's got his... Yeah, he's probably saving up for a P4, you think?
Well, he could get a Stug right now, and he's not. He's pretty close. He just needs one more fuel. Now he can get any tank he likes.
P4.
Yeah, he can afford it now. Let's see. Here it comes. It's on the way.
He's doing good. I mean, right now the game's his to lose at this point.
KoreanArmy has CaptainObvious triple capped at the moment, so he's losing 3 VPs every 3 seconds. That's 1 per second.
Yeah. So just a kind of quick note on this kind of tactics and strategy. So right now, KoreanArmy is going to have to use that pack 40 in order to beat those 2 T-34s. If he brings out that P4 and tries to solo those 2 T-34s, he's probably going to lose. I'd say 9% chance. So I'd say it's harder for KoreanArmy right now to win this engagement, just because the synergy between those 2 units is a lot harder to kind of pull off. But we'll see how it rolls out.
Okay, well, this P4 is just about to hit the field. He got a nice shot in there with the pack, so the T-34 knows exactly. Ooh, 2 good shots.
Oh, nice. 2 shots. The big difference between the ZIS and the PAC-40 is that the fact, just fires 50% faster. So you really get that higher opportunity to get that second shot off. AP rounds right now. This is where you want to use it on that church building.
But can they use it while they're in the church?
Yes, they can.
Oh, cool. Wow. All right. P4 is out.
Oh, this is. I push my advantage right now. I just go for it. You got crew shock on that AT gun as well. I mean, Korean Army's in a really good spot right now.
Crew shock on the AT gun? What do you mean? Because was that
that's target weak point. Target weak point has a 5 second stun on those things. It's a great. That AT gun just missed an opportunity. So here's another tip: if you want to avoid ramp, just hide behind an AT gun. You can't ramp through it. AT gun will block you.
Huh.
Oh, target weak point. The guy's not positioning he's not positioning his gun properly here.
Pack's shooting at the mortar. Oh, the Pack's in trouble.
So here's what I'm saying, like if that Pack had been positioned slightly behind where that center VP is, he would have won that engagement hands down.
So I guess we have the
Maybe
Russians.
pop AP rounds.
The Russians are following the P4 with the recon flight, right?
Yeah, no, it's target weak point, so his P4 is taking 50% more damage.
Ah. Are they going to be able to finish it off? They've sort of got him right where they want him.
He needs to get that P4 out of there. If he goes in, he's being bad.
Well, the T-34's missed a real good chance to go and kill it. Whoa, they still have a chance. It's still there. Look, he's going to show his face. Oh, no.
This is bad. This is bad. Korean Army is taking some huge hits right now. He's taking a huge rip. I'm not sure it's going to pay off.
Yeah, the P4 even showing its face is dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
He's hoping these Panzer Grenadiers can pave the way.
Oh, this is it. This is it.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, wow. What lucky.
And now the
pay
Panzer
off?
Shreks
Did
do
it
have a
pay
great
off?
influence, and he's going to be able to chase those T-34s out of this fight.
Enemy armor is engaged us!
Wow, what a great fight. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, this was a super risky maneuver on his part. Like, that was just a huge opportunity to lose it all.
CaptainObvious
So he's
is pulling out. Yeah, Korean Army's won the skirmish. He desperately needs to
Has
get some
he?
repairs. Well, hasn't he?
Has he won that skirmish?
Has
I
hasn't
don't
he?
know. One guy has vet two. The other guy doesn't. So I don't know who's won here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Those tanks are going to take a while to repair. Let's see. Does he have fancy stuff? I don't want to miss any action.
He has tank repair right now,
He
so
does
he
have
actually even
fancy
has
stuff.
that repair advantage.
Exactly what I meant. They are repairing themselves.
And for those of you who don't know, Vet 2 gives 1.78 times damage on vehicles.
Whoa. So almost 100% increase.
Almost, yeah.
What are these guys? Are they trying to take out this unmanned MG? I think they were attack ground on that vehicle. MG. These guys are kind of hero grenadiers, though. I think they were the difference in that fight. Panzer Grenadiers. All right, fresh.
So here's an interesting point. If you use mark target on the P4, his Vet 2 T-34 can kill the P4 in 2 shots, cold, 2 shots. So Korean Army really has to be careful because Vet adds gives you a lot of advantage later on in the game. I'd say at this point CaptainObvious is taking the game.
Oh man! What a slugfest in the center.
That's it. That P4 is gone. There's no way he can hold up 3 T-34.
They're pushing forward. They're hungry for the kill.
They're tagging the wrong target.
They are. They're getting distracted. Focus. Ooh, Church goes down. Must be a good game. But P4 has got balls, right? Moving forward.
No, he's done, man. He's done. He's got to get out of there. Super greedy.
I can't believe he's still alive. And again, pushing forward with the P4. He's crazy. Now he's going to get hung up on the
Oh my
flag.
gosh, he got the second P4.
In the nick of time.
Oh, wait. Okay, these T-34s are getting super unlucky. I've seen so many misses at this point. Wow, look at that building just went down. Took those guards out.
Oh man, what a kill.
I mean, this is crazy luck right now.
And this one P4, he's leading the way back in. He's leading it. Come on. At least go second, bro.
Yeah, well, the other one got the target weak point. So look at that. Remember what I told you? That 2-shot? Look at how much damage he just soaked up. He's feeling that marked target at vet 2 right now.
So KoreanArmy's,
I don't know, man. This is tough.
it's up to these Grenadiers. They're the only unit that he has with any modicum of health. The tanks are practically out of action.
He took his MG42.
Very
so
good.
He might be able to suppress MG42 with his MG42 and move in.
Taking mortar fire.
What a fight. Oh, here comes the rest of the German infantry pushing
Wow.
forward.
Shrek just took out a weapon team. I would literally say these Shreks are like the hand of God right now, just taking everything out.
They are on a tear. Whoa! Whoa, another T-34 down.
Oh, look at that retreat. Didn't want to get the crush. Probably a smart move. So the nice thing about retreat is it just denies the crush. You ever see a guy going in, committing, and you don't want to lose that unit? Just press retreat. If you don't, and you lose it, it's all on you at that point.
So retreat can avoid crush. That wasn't the case in KO1, was it?
Negates it.
Okay.
Completely negates it.
Uh-oh, Shrek dropped in the center.
Was the case in KO1? Yeah. No, he picked it up. So he did some damage, but in terms of vet right now, that T-34 is still leading, right? So he has a vet 2 versus non-vet on, he has vet 1. Almost vet 2 though, oh! So he might be able to kind of pull in and negate that vet 2 in a little bit.
You need something?
But look at the map control. See, that's one thing you're seeing CaptainObvious doing. He's pushing the map as he does his engagement. I think KoreanArmy is so focused right now on just dealing damage that he's missing a lot of these kind of key the key point is own the map.
Yeah, he needs to send a unit south and harass the fuel over on the right-hand side or something. Just spread out the line.
You know what would be
a
a
bit.
really good unit right now?
Tell me.
222. Great, fast. It's glass cannon, but I mean, in terms of this, like being able to take out these conscripts up here, could probably do it pretty effectively. Or a 251. But he doesn't have ammunition. There you see that 120. It's not dealing much damage, but it's really like, perception-wise, it just feels so, there.
He's got 9 kills.
9 kills, yeah, but I mean, it's, that's not much, right? Yeah.
Okay, it's time for the Panzer Grenadiers to charge forward again, but they take main gun shots in the face. 2 of them die instantly. They're trying to return fire. A third dies, and the squad is forced to retreat. KoreanArmy.
Yeah, he's got to get the second.
He's still not able to get his P4s back up to health yet. This, I think this crew repairs is having a huge influence.
Yeah, for sure. It gives you that capacity to just rapidly get those units out. I think he needs to get an AT gun, or he needs to get a stug. He needs to get something at this point. If he goes in with just those P4s, I don't know. Because that marked target's just going to even the playing field. I think right now, in terms of just tanks, he has advantage. 2 P4s beat 3 T-34s. But in terms of commanders, he got the marked target.
Tricks of the trade. I hope you guys are taking notes. Peter's dropping the knowledge on you. How to win at Company of Heroes 2, right here. Sunday Night Fight style. There's Vet 2 finally on the P4. Ooh, he's got his skirts now, looking sexy. I clicked on him. He said, what? Sorry, go ahead.
He just backcapped. Oh, yeah, perfect. So he got the AT guy. I think he recognized that he's not going to win this on a slugfest.
This has just been non-stop tank battles for the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Vet 3 on that T-34. So here's an interesting point about Vet. So if you have a Vet 3 unit, your unit's now worth twice as much.
Whoa.
It will now be, if its cost was 800 manpower, now it's 1600 manpower. Like in terms of performance. So it's like that Vet 3 is like a second T-34 at this point.
Nice micro by Korean Army to save his Vet 2 P4. I thought it might go down in that engagement.
He needs to set that thing up. Oh, Korean Army, what are you doing?
Yeah, Pack is not the unit you want to send in first.
If he had got that out of there, I'd say, this guy's like rolling a horseshoe.
Well, finally, maybe his luck has come to an end. First P4 is down. Second one's still trying to get prepared.
Will he focus on that Gren squad? Let's see. No, he doesn't.
Oh, the retreating triple vet squad? You think he could have killed him? I don't think so.
You know, I think a stud right now is probably more valuable for him. Like, yeah, just kind of to give you some rough numbers, I mean, a P4 does about 26 damage per second, a Stug does about 36 damage per second, plus it has 10 more range. So if you could support it in terms of actual DPS output, that thing is going to be a beast. You get Vet 1 on it, you get target weak point, and it's just that value starts to accumulate.
I expect we will see some more Stugs in this patch. I saw some great Stug usage in a game that I casted earlier in the week, sort of brought a guy from the depths of despair back into the game, and he eventually wound up going on to win it. Ooh, that was that a mortar shot? That's quite a range. That squad got annihilated.
Oh, what squad got annihilated?
Sort of by that western strat point where the P4 is approaching, a Grenadier squad was annihilated. I think it was the mortar. The mortar's really got incredible range.
Oh yeah, it's got 120 range. Vet 3 is 160 something.
Korean Army once again trying to sneak back onto the field. 2 P4s, 2 Shrek'd up PZGs. Not sure when he wants to start the engagement.
He might be able to, if he can save up for that fragmentation bombs. I like to wait until the engagement gets going and just lay that down, because most players don't have the micro to multitask 4 or 5 units at once, meaning that that's the most opportune time. And even if it hits tanks, it's going to crew shock them. 5 seconds stun on any tanks it hits.
He's almost there. He's at 140, needs 40 more ammo.
No, he just dropped some ammo on something.
Did he just spend something?
Yeah, LMG. So if I was him again, I'd be focusing on getting those VPs at this moment. Resources aren't going to win this game as much as the VPs are. So here's a scenario I'm just pointing out again. Sorry?
Go ahead.
Just another scenario where that having that Stug would really be beneficial. That 10 more range just gives him that capacity to shoot and not be shot at. P4 is going to act as that shield. So that P4 is pretty much out of commission at that point. It can be one-shotted by that T-34 Vet 3.
That's
mortar. Engineer squad down. Now you're starting to see its value really come out. So look at 22 kills right now.
And amazingly no friendlies. I find that mortars frequently chalk up a lot of team kills, but
here it is. One shot, watch it. Done.
Bam.
I would just go in, end this.
Yep.
Put him
That's
out of
very
his
strong.
misery.
27 kills on this triple vet T34. Hey Peter, I was wondering the other day, do you know any nicknames for the Russian tanks? Because they all seem to have numbers and letters. Do you know some good nicknames for T34, Su-85, etc.?
No, not really, no.
All right, I'm gonna have to find some.
Yeah, I think you could push his advantage a little bit more here. CaptainObvious, that is.
It's amazing how close they are in VP. It feels like CaptainObvious has really been winning this entire time, but they're both under 200 VPs.
I don't know. I feel like mid game KoreanArmy really like pulled forward.
Yeah.
I think the repair on CaptainObvious is the auto repair really brought him back into the game.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my resources at this point as KoreanArmy. I'm you know, I don't know. I didn't even know if that frag round would even do it for him. A Ju-87 might be very helpful at this point, but he might be able to knock out that mortar.
Guys, listen to me if you want to live.
Mortar's just
But
chilling.
he really needs to focus on just. Yeah, he needs to focus on getting
He just
another. Team
as soon
down.
as he finds out where the repairs are happening, he mortars that position, and the first hit just takes out half of the Pio squad. I really like.
I wonder if he's listening to this. Maybe he's listening to the Fog of War, hearing for the repair.
Ooh, that would be really smart. Yeah. Hear that little welding torch rattling away.
He just has never really been able to punish most of his armor.
What's the flanks? Taking indirect fire! It's a mortar! What doesn't kill you?
All right, this is where he wants it. He wants. Oh wow!
Oh!
That 120 winning the game at this point.
Shrek dropped. Squads just pummeled simultaneously. This squad, and oh no, the rain of hell keeps coming. Pack now down.
Yeah, look at his army. He's down to 3 man. This is over. It was a valiant attempt. I think he did. You know, he tried his best, but I think at the end of the day, he just kind of got outplayed a little bit in the end. Although he does have the Vet 3 now in that P4, I mean, that unit could probably take two, maybe even 3 T-34s by itself.
And we're destroying all the buildings in the center of Sem-1 this game. This is just round 2, man. These guys are just warming up.
Dude, what do you need buildings for?
The residents of Semoskiy are going to be a little pissed off, I think.
Well, I mean, they can rebuild.
That's what Berlin did. It was a great opportunity. Let's look at it that way.
No, exactly.
Have you ever been to
Yeah,
Germany
I don't
or
know.
to Berlin?
Full strength!
It's gonna happen soon, man. It's gonna happen soon.
Yeah,
So
let's
I
host.
expect to get, I expect to get like, you know, when I come there, I need like, you know, tours and stuff.
Oh, royal
and
treatment
directions.
for sure. Yeah. Let's.
Yeah, pretty.
I wanna.
Pretty much.
I wanna host a KO2 tournament here. I wanna get a live tournament. How's that OBS mode coming along? Dare I ask?
It's hard to say.
All right, fair enough.
I can't really. I don't really. I try to keep track and see what those guys are up to, but
Who are those guys?
for the programmer guys, you know.
Okay. Man, so much armor in this replay. Non-stop tank battle.
Yeah, look at that Vet 3. It just putting the hurt on. So I think that's
32.
one thing he could have done a little differently. I think a Stug would have given him more bang for his buck than another P4.
This could be the end. The final count. The final showdown. One P4 down. Now it's triple vet against triple vet. Everything's pushing forward. Korean Army really backed up against the proverbial wall. In this case, it's the Semoskiy River. He's gonna smoke and get out of there anyway. That unit wants to live.
Well, I mean, at this point, losing that unit, it's just GG.
The T-34s have lined up to take turns, and that is it. Blitzkrieg, I think he went out of control extra fast because he had just popped Blitzkrieg.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is GG.
You know what I'd love to see? I would love to see real tank physics. So if that tank had actually rammed into that Vet 3 T-34, it would have been a ram action. Maybe it lost its gun, maybe it took damage. I would love this. You could push guys into the river. I don't know. That would just bring COH to another level. But anyways, yeah, I think it's a great match.
KO3, right?
KO3, man. I don't know. We'll find out, see what happens.
Yeah, that was more than I expected from round two. I am thoroughly satisfied with the play that we saw. Man, I think the tank shells are still ringing in my ears.
Dude, there's some really like crazy things in that those Shreks, like just taking everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little pause. I feel war torn and battered. Shout out to THQ Links in the chat. Still repping THQ. That's how he rolls. Actually, that's because Twitch won't let him change it. But what's up, Links? Good to see you, man. So, Peter, man, I'm going to watch that cast again, the VOD. You were dropping gems, dropping knowledge down, stuff that was just, it was hard to digest all the stuff that you were saying. I've got a lot to learn about this game, and you make it painfully clear. I really appreciate you coming out and joining me for these casts. I don't know if you've got more in you or you have to run, or what's your schedule look like?
Yeah, probably. Hold on, let me check. 1 sec. Yeah, that's probably gonna be it for me. Big boss. I'm the little boss, so you know how it is.
All right, fair enough. Well, we were privileged to have you on behalf of
it was great being here.
The Code2.org community. We thank you. And
any questions before I head out?
Yeah, any quick questions from the chat for Peter, real quick, before he bails? They're talking about food. Who's going to be in KO3? Let's see. All those details about machine guns. What were some of the other big changes of the patch, in your opinion? Like the other most significant change? MG was a really big one, in my opinion. T70 adjustment was really great. They were too strong. What other do you? What's the next most significant change, in your opinion?
Let's see. Let me take a look at the balance change log. I think the off maps were pretty devastating, or pretty significant changes, as well as the 85.
The off maps.
SU-85 changes. Yeah, the L2 and the Stuka. Oh, no, I'd say probably the two heavies, the Tiger and IS-2. Those are probably the next biggest ones. Those ones definitely feel a lot more worth their cost and a lot called on.
I haven't had the privilege of seeing as much of the Tiger in the 1v1s that I've casted this week. I did cast a replay this morning with 3 Panthers involved in a losing effort on Langrskaya. You guys are going to take a longer look at heavy tanks, right? That's sort of the end of this process, balancing from the beginning to the middle to the late game. The end game tanks are still going to get a look, right? Is that coming up?
Well, I mean, you're talking about like the Elephant and the ISU, or are you looking at the Tiger and the IS-2?
Panther, the ISU 152, yeah, these kind of units.
Well, we've done a little bit. We've touched them a little bit. We'll see how it goes in the next month or so. There's been some feedback on the two. I think the Brumbar and the Panther people. Some people are either side of the fence. Some people like the change in terms of cost. Others don't. It depends on how you play and what you're trying to do. If you're trying to fast tech, it might be more beneficial to have a lower fuel. If you're playing more towards what a late game usage of those units, you might get punished a little more with a higher manpower. But I think the Tiger and the IS-2, they're in fairly good spots. We'll get some more data on them. Like, that's one thing I like to see. I like to see what they actually do per match. If our average data is that the Tiger only does 100 damage and IS-2 is doing 2,000 damage, we can compare that to their cost and kind of see, well, maybe the Tiger needs some more love. So we'll kind of wait for that. But no, I think for now, I think we're at a point in the game, like in terms of balance, we're going to be focusing a lot more on improving gameplay and not just unit balance, because I think we're almost starting to stabilize the metagame. There's still some some changes here and there that I think that are needed. But you're going to start seeing things like improvements to the target weapon priority system, improvements to buildings, improvements to maybe some of our more core systems like veterancy and so forth, that I think in the long run should add a little more dynamic and depth to the gameplay, the tactics, and the strategy of COH2.
Nice. Sounds good. We're eager to have all of that. And I agree. The balance is getting really good. Like I said before, this patch is very special. I think we're going to see some fantastic games this weekend. Already from round 2, we're seeing lights out, drop down, drag out fights. And that is just, a hint of what's to come. Tomorrow's action is going to be incredible. I think that we should make you guys a big tournament replay package, and you should run your data analysis specifically on those games, because I think you would get really wonderful feedback.
Yeah, we're definitely going to check out the finals on this, and maybe look at some of the, anything that you highlight, any videos that you highlight, and we'll definitely sit down, analyze that, and look over it, and see what the gameplay actually looks like. Because data gives you one very small, glance of what the game's like, but actually seeing the videos and kind of comparing the data to how things are playing out, that's critical to making a strong RTS game.
All right. Well, I don't want to take any more of your Saturday afternoon. Thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure to do this cast with you, and we will all look forward to the next official Relic Entertainment stream, which I'm sure you will be a part of.
Yeah, no, thanks. It's great being here. Anytime, just let me know when you guys do the tournaments, and usually I can pop in for a little bit. But yeah, thanks for having me, and I hope the tournament goes good for the next. It ends tomorrow, right? You guys are going to do a finals tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow night will be the best of 3 finals.
Sounds good. All right, Jason.
Okay, Peter Qumsieh, Relic lead balance designer. Thanks for coming out, Peter. I'm Ami Politsai-Funk. We're going to go to a break. I'm going to play some music for a little while. We're going to try to recuperate from all those tank shells that are still ringing in our ears, and we will continue this show. I can stream until almost midnight Central European time, so there's more COH action in store for you guys. We'll be back. Give me like 5 minutes, and we'll be back then. All right, see you soon.
Qumsieh has left the channel.